Have you ever been aware of the fact that anything that comes and goes is not who you are, and anything that comes and goes is not yours? Because most people think that everything that they have in life, include your kids, include your name, include your cars, your money, your body, like everything that you identify as yours or what is for you, we tend to identify with those things. We tend to say, this is my child. We tend to say, this is my car. We tend to say, I am handsome. I am sexy. I am beautiful. My body is beautiful. I have a beautiful body. I have a beautiful car. I have all of these things that we tend to identify with, or we tend to like make them as who we are. And most of the time we always suffer because we identify with those things. And to explain a little bit deeper, when I'm talking about anything that comes and goes is not who you are, is because anything that it comes and goes is not you, is not the I, because the I is beyond what you can see. It's beyond those cars. It's beyond those childrens. It's beyond everything that you can be able to see with your own two eyes. Everything that you can be able to label. Everything that you can be able to identify with. For example, your cars, your house, your money, your job. All these things that we tend to identify with are not the I. Is not who we are, because most of the time I told you guys there's a difference between uh, experiences and events, because experience is what you feel inside your body, is within you, is within this body, like it's something that is inside of you. But when we talk about event is everything that is happening. For example, job, cars, your name, rents, like all the other things that is outside of you, like your family, your mom, your dad, all these people or all these things is just something that is happening. It's happening because, like I told you, experience is inside of you. So how do you feel having a father? How do you feel having a mother? How do you feel having cousins? How do you feel having aunties? How do you feel about owning a car? How do you feel about owning a house? How do you feel about being arrested? How do you feel about running? How do you feel about jumping? All these things is what we consider as an experience, because those things are happening inside of you, my brothers and sisters, is within your body, is within yourself. So if you can be able to see, how do I feel when it comes to these things? How do I feel when it comes to these events? Because sometimes, like I said, when it's raining or when it's snowing or when it's too hot, like in my room right now slash office, it's hot at the moment and I'm feeling uncomfortable. That's the experience part. Like all you can see, the event in this moment, this heat, this hot, or or the temperature in this area is higher than it should be in most of the time. But that itself is an event, is something that is happening in the moment. But the experience of what I'm feeling inside of myself, the heat that I'm experiencing right now, that is very important. Those are the ones that we consider experience. And guys, and when I told you guys anything that comes and goes is not yours, is because most of us we think everything that is happening a moment we consider ourselves. For example, this is my car, this is my house, this is my child, this is my job, this is like all these labels that we tend to identify with is the reason why we always suffer, my brothers and sisters. We suffer from identifications. We suffer from the illusion of thinking that we owning sort of things when we actually don't. Think about it. Even your body is always changed. Your cells in your body is always changed, but we don't consider those things most of the time. Even your face is always changed, like your body. The body that I have right now is not the same body that I had when I was born, because I was just little small child, and then I grow, and then I grow. At 5 years old, 8 years old, 9 years old, 10 years old. See, the body is still growing and growing and growing. This body I have right now at 22 is not the same body I'm gonna have at 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70s, including 80s. At that point, my body cells are gonna be already replace themselves over and over multiple times, to the point where some of my body parts, some of the things inside my body is gonna start to feel weak. It's gonna start to feel some type of way, because your body is always changing, include your name. You can change your name. Your name is not who you are. Your name is not yours, because it's always changing. Your body is always changing. Like everything, your mindset is always changing. Everything is always changing. Because people, they think being old is because of the number of your age. No, you are old because you tend to have more experiences than other people. But the experiences that I'm talking about is the experiences that you feel inside of yourself. I'm not talking the event that you have encountered. I'm talking about the experience that you have feel inside your body. Because I've met a lot of people who are older than me, who they're older by me by number, but when it comes to experience, there's a certain things that I've been able to experience because of the fact that I've been aware of those things. Because most of people, they might be old by number, they might experience certain things because based off the like religion, based off the traditions, they have limit themselves to going through experiences. What do you think people drink? Some people drink because they're trying to hide their emotions. They're trying to run away from feelings of loss, feeling of anger, feelings of certain feelings that they're trying to drink, so they can be able to limit those things, so they can be able to stop those things, which is not why we're trying to focus here, my brothers and sisters. Listen, the moment I was be able to drink, I realized this drink is not for me. Because when you drink, you're gonna be able to, if you're aware, if you know what you're doing, you're gonna be able to be grateful. You're gonna be like, whoa, I love my feeling. I love the feeling of feeling shame. I love the feeling of feeling angry. I love the feeling of judgment. All those feelings, you're gonna be grateful of having those feelings. Why? Because when you drink, those feelings are silenced. Like you cannot feel those things. You are like, listen, the only things that can describe when you drink, you are like a robot. Some it's like a robot. Listen, the moment I drink, I realize I'm just like a robot. There's no feeling, there's no emotions, there's no experience. Like when you drink, you are no longer human. You are just something that is moving in the moment. Because when you drink, you remove, like, it silence those feelings. That's why people, they can be able to do certain things when they drink, because when they drink, they're not themselves anymore. They have become this, like, you can remove yourself from awareness to something different than who you're supposed to be. Because feelings is what make us human. Those feelings that we can be able to feel, those feelings, listen, most of us, we are suffer from those feelings. We are suffer from those feelings because most of us, we don't see those feelings. We react. We don't see, because when you see something as what it really is, it's not gonna hurt you. He only hurt you because you see it from who you are instead of seeing it for what it is by itself. Because listen, I've been in the same situation as most of all the brothers and sisters. I've been in a situation where I've been reacting. When I see a woman, I'm starting to react. I'm starting to judge myself. I'm starting to have these negative thoughts. I'm starting to add meaning to what already is instead of seeing it as it already is. Because when you see thing clear, when you see thing clearly as what is, I'm telling you, you're gonna make decisions that is supposed to be made in that moment instead of reacting. Let me give you an example, my brothers and sisters, so all of you can be able to understand what I'm talking about. All I'm saying right now, my brothers and sisters, I'm not saying that you're not gonna feel shame, you're not gonna feel guilty, you're not gonna feel angry. Is the fact that you can be able to see that you are angry. You can be able to see that there is fear of judgment, there's pressure, there's heat inside of my body right now. You know what I'm talking about? There's a feeling of lust in the moment. If you can be able to see those things and recognize they are there, 99 to 100%, my brothers and sisters, you're going to be able to maneuver. You're going to be able to move without stopping yourself. You see, you're never going to be in a situation where you don't feel these things unless you drink. That's the only way. The only way to remove all your feelings of shame, guilty, all these other feelings, you have to drink. Like you have to drink alcoholic beverage. Like you have to use some medicine or something to stop your emotions, like to put them in silence. That's the only way. But if you want to be free, if you don't want to depend on drinks, on alcoholic, on vodka, on wine, so you can so you can be able to maneuver, so you can be able to go talk to that beautiful woman, so you can be able to be who you want to be, to move the way you want to move. My brothers and sisters, you have to see those feelings as they really are. Meaning, you have to recognize when you're feeling sad. You have to recognize when you are sick. You have to recognize when you are looking for validation. You have to recognize when you identify with certain things. You have to recognize when you're feeling any type of emotions. See, when someone is angry and he kills someone, that person was not aware that he was angry. Because if he was aware he was angry, he would just see the fact that he's angry and he can be able to control himself. If you cannot control your feelings, my brothers and sisters, you're gonna always react. You're gonna always react in a negative way, meaning you're gonna not see what is there. You're gonna put the meaning. For example, when someone is calling you ugly, instead of seeing that someone is calling you ugly, you're gonna react because you're gonna identify with the fact that I am ugly. If you react to the fact that I am ugly, you're gonna see it as a threat. Once it's a threat, you're gonna try to protect yourself. And the way to protect yourself, that's when you're gonna start talking shit back. You're gonna get more angry and angry and angry, to the moment you're gonna make decisions that is gonna cost you your life. You're gonna cost you freedom. You're gonna end up in prison. Listen, if you're not aware of what I'm talking about, 99 of people they're gonna end up in prison. Because there's no way to run away from prison. Because here's the thing. As long as you drive a car, you drive a motorcycle, you drive a bike, any kind of object that you drive, listen, there's 50% chance you're gonna end up in prison, because there's a lot of distractions when we are driving. There's a lot of distractions when we're doing certain things. For example, you might drive and eating, you might drive and drink, you might drive and using your phone, so you might end up killing somebody. Now it becomes a like you, to the point where you kill somebody, even though you didn't mean to kill this person. But the law, you don't see that. The law sees that you kill somebody, so you're gonna end up in jail no matter what. Like I'm telling you guys, that's why we shouldn't shame people in prison, because there's certain people in prison. It's not because they want to kill anybody. It's not because they wanted to do certain things. They're in prison because something happens they was not aware of what happened. For example, when you're distracted and a kid is crossing the streets, you didn't meant to kill those people, but you're gonna end up kill those people, which is gonna put you in prison. So that's why even the people who are in prison, you're only in prison when you identify yourself as being in prison. When you say I am in prison, like when you attach your feelings, your emotions, your mind, because like I told you guys, it can only be in prison within your brain, within your mind. If your mind is locked up, it's over for you, because the only thing that they can put in prison, my brothers and sisters, is your body, not your mind. Only your body can be in prison. You understand? If someone can look your body and your mind, it's over for you. That's why some people who are in prison, they tend to kill themselves because they don't only see that their body's in prison, they see even the mind is in prison, my brothers and sisters. Like, there's no way you can escape doing something bad or doing something wrong. There's no way, my brothers. There's no way. There's no way you can be pure in this life. No. That's why when I see people trying to go somewhere else, for example, I'm trying to go to heaven to be a perfect person. No, my brother, you're not going nowhere, my brothers and sisters, because there's no way you can escape what you have right now. You can't be any prophet in this life. You can't. It's impossible. Because you might pray to be forgiven, but tomorrow you're going to do the same thing that you did today, or that you do yesterday, or that you do in the present, or in the future, or in any other day. But back to my point, my brothers and sisters, like I said, anything that comes and goes is not who you are. Anything that comes and goes, it is not yours. If you be aware of this, if you understand that anything that comes and goes, and everything in life, one thing I have to understand, my point of this is anything in life, it comes and goes. Everything comes and goes. Everything. Even animals knows this. Dogs knows when they're about to die because they know life is very short. Even dogs know the owners comes and goes. Everything, food comes and goes. Everything in life comes and goes. Lifestyle comes and goes. Like from where I am right now, from where I've come from, it's a very big gap between those two things. You know, I was born in a refugee camp. Now I'm in United States of America. You see that there's a big gap that is there. You know, because listen, everything's always changing, my brothers and sisters. That's why you don't need to hold into certain things. You don't need to hold into a certain lifestyle. Because you don't support, as a human, you are not supposed to own anything. You know? There's always new kids being born. There's always people dying. Because life is not meant to stay. Life is meant to flow. You know, life is coming, going, coming, going. When you're trying to stop the movement of life, that's when you suffer. We all know this. You know, when we get attached to life, we suffer. We don't live anymore. We start thinking, oh, I have to do something good so when I die, I can go to heaven. So I have to do something perfect. I have to be this perfect guy so I can go to heaven. You're not going nowhere. You're not even going to hell, because hell and heaven comes and goes. It's always changing. You might be in hell today, you might be in heaven tomorrow. Because like I said, sometimes you're happy, sometimes you're sad. And happiness, the way people see it, they consider excitement as happiness. No. You become happy when you understand what I'm talking about here. When you understand, today I'm sad. And you feel it. You don't want to get away from it. You don't want to run away from it. You feel sad. You feel angry. You feel depressed. As long as you can be able to see it and recognize this depression right now, this sickness right now, this pressure right now, this cheating right now, this up and down, left and right now. Recognize it and feel it as it is. If you see it and feel it as it is, my brothers and sisters, you're going to be able to enjoy life. Because the life is always comes and goes, up and down. The same thing as your age. You're always going 2 years old, 1 year old, 0, 3 months, 4 months, 8 months, 9 months you were born. After that, a year. All these movements is always movement. Life never stops. Life never waited for you. That's why they always say time does not wait for you. Because time is a movement of an object. You know, time is a movement of object. Like everything that you know is already happens right now. You don't see it because the movement is moving slower. You know what I'm saying? That's why they say the earth is moving around. It's moving around, but it's already moving in a moment. It's just take it. It's take like the way it's moving is moving slower, but it's moving in the moment. I don't want to go deeper in those kind of situations. But the one thing that I can say, my brothers and sisters, life is always moving. And anything that is moving, you cannot own anything that's moving. That's when I feel bad when I see rich people think that they're rich. Like their being rich is always gonna stay there. It's not gonna stay there. You can be able to maintain richness until you die. But here's the thing. You're gonna live it. You're gonna die. Because life comes and goes. That's why you can be able to pick anything you want to experience. That's why there's a free will. You can choose different name. You can choose different lifestyle. You can choose anything that you want to choose, anything you want to experience, any life that you want to live into. My brothers and sisters, you can be able to pick and choose. So all I want to say, guys, is thank you for those people who are going to watch this video until the end. Thank you for those people who are going to take the time out of your day to be able to watch this video and to be able to receive what I'm trying to explain, to be able to receive the value that I'm trying to give you guys, my brothers and sisters. So in any of those people who still gonna have more questions, who's gonna like, man, what are you talking about? I'm confused. I'm not sure of what you're talking about. I'm not sure of what you're saying. Hit me up, guys, so I can be able to teach you seven laws of awareness. So you can be able to be aware. You can be able to see. So you cannot be able to depend on drinks to be able to move in life. You can be able to depend on yourself, not your parents, not your cousin, not your mom, not your doctor, not your lawyer, not your teacher. You can depend on you, my brothers and sisters, because you are everything. Because nobody ever do anything for you. They do everything for themselves, and you just benefit for what they're doing. So my brothers and sisters, I appreciate you for taking the time out of your day for be able to pick this video, because there's a lot of videos out here, there's a lot of people out here, there's a lot of knowledge, there's a lot of things that we be able to go through night and day that we can be able to experience. But you take your time and be able to watch this video. So I want to say thank you, and I'm grateful for you. And if you're gonna be able to see any value in this video, it's better for you to watch this video over and over, because sometimes I'm not even posting this video just for you guys. I'm posting this video for me, because sometimes I forget myself, and I tend to use my own video, my own voice, to be able to remind myself, to be able to see beyond what I'm seeing in the moment. Because we human, we forget. We human, we do certain things. So that's normal. And I'm grateful for the fact that I can be able to forget. I'm grateful for the fact that I can be able to remember. I'm grateful that I can be able to feel angry, frustrated, depressions, traumatized, all these things. I'm grateful that I can be able to feel those things, because those things I experience, some things that I experience within. And I'm also grateful to the event of things that is happening in the moment, because it's very important. So thank you, and I'm grateful for taking the time of your day and to be able to watch this video until the end. So until next time, thank you and have a great time.